I supposed to press 1?
No, you're good. Who is that?
Okay.
Is it Marjorie?
Is it? Yes.
Yeah, Marjorie, you're good. If you can hear us and we can hear you, then you're
Yes.
then you're in good shape. Sounds like we're all in good shape. Hello, Patrick. Hello, Judy. I think that's Judy. Is that you, Judy?
Okay, I'm here.
Great, great. Hello, Patrick. Hello, Judy. Hello, Marjorie. Thank you, Augustus, for all your help. And, I'll be right back, and then we'll get started. All right. So very exciting to be together. And we got Norman as well. Hello, Norman.
Hello, Rabbi. This is me.
Shabbos.
I'm here.
Great. All right. So we're going to get started here. We're going to start with an igun, with a wordless melody. We'll just do a little bit of singing. I'm going to put everybody on mute. Don't worry if no one can hear you, because the main thing is that you can hear us. That's what everyone can sing. And since Zoom is not made for singing, unfortunately, it's made for talking. It's not made for singing. So it's hard to have everyone sing along. But if we're all behind our mute, then everyone can sing along with me, and that's how we'll do it. So thanks.
Do we have to mute ourselves, or can you mute us all?
Yourself, unless I beat you to it. So there we go. All right. So we're gonna get started. All right. La 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 la. Hello, Barbara. Nice to see you. All right, so we're going to get started. I just have to find my iPad, and then we will put the liturgy up on the screen for people who have a screen. Norman and Patrick and Marjorie, I think I need to get you prayer books. So I will do my best to get you a prayer book next week so that you can follow along, even though you don't have a screen. And give me 1 second. I'll figure this out here. All right. So we're going to start with Yedid Nefesh. Yedid Nefesh Avarahman Ashochavda Echritzonah Yarutz Avdach Kmo Kol hadarachi ye'erav lo yedidutach mino fitzuf bechol ta'am Adonai ziv ha'olam v'avshicholat ahavata ahana elna v'fana la v'harod la no hamziva chasid chazek v'titrape v'haitalach shivchat olam la 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 Ancient One, let your compassion flow. Have pity on the child whom you love, for I have yearned for so long to see your luminescent power. My God, my beloved, hurry, please do not hide. Please, my beloved, reveal yourself. Spread the sukkah of your love over me. May the whole world be illuminated with your glory. Then shall we be glad and rejoice with you. My lover, come quickly, for the time has come. Have compassion for me, as in days of old. So we'll turn to page 11 for Lehuna Ranana. Let us go and sing to Adonai. Let us trumpet praise to our protector. Filled with thanks, let us greet God, raising our voices in song. Lechun ranana l'Adonai nachia litzo yishenu mikadama fana betoda. These mirot narielo. We're going to turn now to page 13 for Shir Adonai, Shir Chadas. Sing to Adonai a new song. Sing to Adonai all the earth. Sing to Adonai, praise God's name day after day. Tell of God's deliverance. Shiru Adonai, Shir Kadash, Shiru Adonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Adonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Masaru Miyom Liyom Yeshuato, Saparu Bagoyim, Kevodo Bechol Ha'amim hifleota tapru bagoim kevodo ami hifleota Kiedoladona Umhola meo Noahu Alcohol Elohim Yalla 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 All right. So the heavens shall be glad and the earth rejoice, page 14. The sea and its fullness will roar, the meadows and all that grows in them will exult. Even the trees of the forest shall sing praise as Adonai comes to judge the earth, judging lands with righteousness and peoples with divine truth. So we will turn now to page 17. Mizmor Shirul Adonai Shir Chadash Ki Nifalaot Asa Hoshia Lo Yemino Uzuro Kodsho Dia Adonai Yeshuato Le'enei Goyim Gilad Tzidkato Zchar Chasdo Ve'emunato Levet Yisrael Lalai 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 la 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 Call out to Adonai on page 18, all the earth. Page 18, I'm sorry. Break out in joyful singing. Sing to Adonai to the music of the lyre and voices making music together. With horns and shofar cries, trumpet the presence of the sovereign Adonai. Let the sea and all that is in it roar, the earth and all who inhabit it thunder. Let rivers clap hands while mountains sing in harmony, greeting Adonai, who comes to judge the earth, judging the world with justice and the nations with truth. So we'll turn now to Lecha Dodi on page 23. And we will now sing in the Shabbat bride. We'll welcome her. Rule at a Jewish wedding is that we should always dance with the bride, always make sure the bride is joyful. So it's our job to make sure that Shabbat is joyful for us as well as for Shabbat. Okay, so give me 1 second. My guitar is all funky here. I don't know what happened. I'm funkify my guitar here. Okay, I think I made it worse. All right. All right. Lecha dodi likat galai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela ha ha ha. Lecha dodi likat galai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'diborecha Ishmianu el ha-meuchad Adonai echad U'shemo echad Shemo tiferet v'litila Lecha dodi likat galai yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela ha 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 lecha dodi likat galai yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela likat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor haberacha merosh mikedem Nesucha Sof Maaseh B'machshavat Tchila Lecha dodi likat galai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela ha 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 Lecha dodi likat galai alalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. And we're in the second verse on this page 24. Hitoreri, kiva ore uri, shidaberi, kavod Adonai alayich bigla, lecha dodi likat galai yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela ha 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 lecha dodi likat galai yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. And I invite you to rise as you are able for the final verse, which is on page 25. As we invite Shabbat bride into our midst, into our homes, into our hearts. Boi v'shalom ateret v'alah Gam b'simcha uv'tzola Toch emunei am segula Boi chala Lecha dodi likat galai yalalai 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 Shabbat nekabela ha 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 Lecha dodi likat galai yalalai 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 Shabbat nekabela ha 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 Lecha dodi likat galai yalalai 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 Shabbat nekabela ha 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 Lecha dodi likat galai yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. All right, whew. Everyone can take a break from all that dancing with the bride. We always need a little bit of a breather after the hora. All right, so we'll now turn ourselves to page 27. Technically, on a holiday like today we're celebrating Shmini Atzeret, the 8th day of Sukkot, and Simchat Torah, the celebration of the Torah in Israel and in the Reform movement in this country. those two holidays are combined. And more traditional synagogues, they're separated. So you'd have one tomorrow and the next in Simchat Torah would be on Sunday. We sort of do a hybrid. We sort of mix everything up here. So in this sense, we do the Reform / Israeli mode of doing the two holidays on one day. But we also add, which we're not really supposed to do. Supposedly, we're not supposed to do Kabbalat Shabbat on the day of a holiday, but it's too hard for me to give it up. So I hope you are willing to indulge me. All right. So this is where we are supposed to pick up on a Shabbos when it's also Chag, when it's also a festival, which is on page 27 with Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat, a psalm, the song of the Shabbos day. It is good to thank you, Adonai, to acknowledge you, to sing your name most high, to proclaim your love, your mercy, your loving kindness at daybreak, and your faithfulness at night. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer L'shimcha elyon, tov leodot, l'Adonai uzamer lehagid b'haboker chastecha, lehagid b'haboker chastecha, ve'emunatecha b'leilot, V'emunatecha b'leilot lodot l'Adonai. On page 28, the righteous flourish like the date palm. They thrive like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they flourish in God's courtyards. In old age, they remain fruitful, still fresh and bountiful, proclaiming that Adonai is upright, a rock in whom there is no flaw. Tzadika tahama yifrach ke'eres ba'almanon yizke shetulim beveit Adonai v'chatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu. Od yenugun b'seva, d'shenim b'ra'ananim, iyu lehagid, ki yashar Adonai, tzuri velo, avalat habo. All right, so it'll take a moment. I'm going to stop this share for one moment, and everyone who has a this is here that I need to stop the share. Anyone who is saying Kaddish today and would like to say the name of the person they're remembering, please feel free to unmute yourselves, and I will go around my Zoom room, and anyone who has a name, I will invite them to share it. If you are on a telephone, you can unmute yourself by pushing *6, and if you're on a computer, it's down in the lower, whatever this one is, lower left-hand corner. And if you're on an iPad or something like this, I think it's up in the top right-hand corners. But I see no one has unmuted themselves, so we'll just say Kaddish for everyone who doesn't have anyone to say Kaddish for them. And we will go back to page, if you're in the book, we are on, excuse me one second. We're on page
Louis Pearl.
Page 30. Page 30, Judy. Did you have a name, Judy, for Kaddish?
My grandfather.
Okay, what was his name, Judy?
Louis Pearl.
Louis Pearl. Thank you, Judy. Thank you so much. Okay. Yitgadal, Yitgadash Shemei Rabbah, Yalmad Yivrach Yirutei, Yamlich Malchutei, בחייכון ובמכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, ועגלה ובזמן כחיב, במרמן. יהי שמי רבא מברך, לעלם ולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, יתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה, בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, לאמירן בעלמה ונרמה. יהי שלום הרבה מן שמיים, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ונרמה.
Please say a prayer for Jared Goldberg.
Okay, thank you, Jared Goldberg. Yep, thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick. Yeah.
Thank you, Patrick. That's great. Thank you very much. Ose shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yeshvei tevel v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. So we'll turn now to page 39. The Baruch. So glad that we actually have a minyan tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I'm so grateful. And I know that others of us are grateful as well for everybody's participation. It's wonderful. Okay, so the Baruch Hu is found on page 39a. I invite you to rise as you are able. Feel free to unmute yourself so you can respond appropriately to the Baruch Hu if you'd like. And just give everyone a second to find the unmute if they would like to. Baruch Hu et Adonai mevorach. Baruch Adonai mevorach le'olam va'ed. You may be seated. Baruch. Oh. Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings on the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tzevaot is your name, living and ever-present God. May your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. U'ma'avir yom u'mehivi layla, u'ma'avdil ben yom u'ben layla, Adonai Tzevaot shemo. El Chai v'Kayam, Tamid Yimloch Aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Haravim. Turn to page 40. Please feel free to join me in singing. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael. Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shochveinu uvkumeinu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hem chayenu v'orech yameinu uvehem negeh yomam v'layla Yomam v'layla Ki heim chayenu v'orech yameinu Uvehem nege yomam v'layla V'yavatecha Al tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Okay, so we come now to page 41 for the Shema. I invite you to unmute yourself if you'd like to recite the Shema out loud with us. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvchol nafshecha uvchol me'odecha vehayu hadivarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha vishinantaham levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha b'derech uvshochbecha uvkumecha uvshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. So we'll continue silently on page 42. Please feel free to use the words on the page or the words of your own heart. Adonai Elohechem v'emana kol zod v'kayim aleinu ki Adonai Eloheinu v'ein zulato v'yanachnu Yisrael. This is our enduring affirmation binding on us that Adonai is our God and there is no other, and we, Israel, are God's people. So we'll turn now to page 44. U'malchuto v'ratzon kibelu aleihem Moshe u'ben Yisrael l'cha'anush b'shira v'simcha rabba v'yameru lam mi chamocha be'elim Adonai mi chamocha Nedar b'kodesh norati Lord Osef ele Malchutecha ba'uvanecha Bokeyam lifnei Moshe ze'elianu v'yameru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. And so it is written, Adonai has rescued Jacob and redeemed him from the hand of those more powerful than he. Baruch atah Adonai, who redeemed the people Israel. We'll turn to page 45. Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully tonight, and then awaken us tomorrow to life, O sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us and remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Save us from this pandemic and from the hatred of those whose resentment overcomes their love. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us, and you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and for peace now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people of Israel, and over Jerusalem. Ushmotz ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, yal kol amo Yisrael v'yal Yerushalayim. The top of page 46. I invite you to rise as you are able. V'shameru v'hnei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dochatam b'chitohu Hambeini uvein b'nei Yisrael ot hileolam ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz ubayom hashvihi Shabbat v'yinafash. And here we say the words that we say for festivals. Vaydaber Moshe et moadei Adonai el b'nei Yisrael. Thus Moses proclaimed the festivals of Adonai to the people Israel. All right, so at this point it's a little bit complicated because I have to shift. I have to switch prayer books in my little book here. So please bear with me as I do that, and we will prepare for the Chatzi Kaddish in just one moment. Huh. Did we use this on? Oh boy. Well, we're just going to do what we're doing. It's too complicated. I apologize. All right. We're just going to do the Shabbat one because I can't find the other one. Okay, page 46. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba v'yalamad yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayedecho bet Yisrael bagala uv'izman kariv V'imru amen yesh me rabba mivarach V'alamu al ne'el maya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei regudasha barichu le'elav min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata damiran bi'alama v'himeru amen. Adonai svatay tiftach ufi yagid tihilatecha. If you have a paper prayer book, you can turn to page 306 for the proper festival prayer books. If you don't have a paper one, you're relying on the one that is on the screen, I apologize that this is the one for Shabbat, and I thought I had the other one in my iPad, but I cannot find it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elokei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor VaHanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot, U'mevii Goel Livnei B'neihem, V'ma'an Shemo B'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen Baruch Ata Adonai Magen Raham Ufoked Sahara Ata Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechaye Metim Ata Rab Lehoshia Morid Ata Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechaye Metim Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishene Afami, Chamocha Baal Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, Bene'emanata, V'Hachayot Metim. Baruch Ata Adonai Mechaye HaMetim Ata Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh U'Kdoshim B'chol Yom Yahalelucha Sela Baruch Ata Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh אתה בחרתנו מכל העמים ואהבת אותנו ורצית בנו וממתנו בכל לשונו וקידשתנו בעצמתך וקרבתנו מלכנו לבדתך ושמך הגדול הקדוש עלינו קראתנו. ותיתן לנו אלוהינו באהבה שבתות למנוחה מועדים לשמחה חגים וזמנים לששון את יום השבת הזה ואת יום השמיני חג העצרת הזה זמן שמחתנו באהבה מקרא קודש זכר יציאת מצרים. ואלוהינו באלוהינו וצריך בו יגבר ארץ. תנו זכרו משיח בנביאים, הבטח זכרו ישוע אמר קודשך, זכרו כל עמך בית ישראל, לפניך לפלטה לטובה לכן, לחסד רחמים עליכם ושלום ביום חג, יום השמיני חג העצרת הזה, זוכרנו אדוני, אלוהינו בו לטובה, ופלגנו בו לברכה, והושיענו בו לחיים, ובדבר ישוע ברכים עם הוס וכולנו ברכים עלינו והושיענו, כי אליך עינינו, כי אל מלך חנון לך ומעתה. עשינו אדוני אלוהינו את ברכת מועדך ולאחים לשלום ושמחה לששון באשר רצית ואמרת ויברכנו אלוהים באלוהינו וצדיק ורצון ושמחה לששון צבא ומודה קודשך יסמוך וברך לישראל מקדש שמך ברוך אתה גם מקדש ישראל השבת ישראל והזמנים קצר אותי מנח לו כשאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אלוהינו הטוב כי לא אכל רחמך ורחים כי לא תמוך חסדך מעולם כי דין יולך ביעקב המפריד. ברוך אתה אדוני הטוב שמך ואחד נאה לכבודו שים שלום לו שלום רב ישראל ומך ועל כל יושבי תבל תשים לעולם כי אתה הוא מלך אדוני. So we'll turn now to page 53. Is that right? No. 51. I apologize. 51 for Shalom Rav. Shalom Rabba Yisrael Amecha Nasim Leolam. Shalom Rabba Yisrael Amecha Nasim Leolam. Ki ata Melech Adon Bechol HaShalom. Ki ata Melech Adon Bechol HaShalom. Shalom Rabba Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rabba Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. B'tov einecha levamet et Amecha Yisrael b'chol leit ub'chol shah b'shlomecha. Shalom Rabba Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rabba Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. All right, so now we will turn to the Misha Berach. So I will stop the share. And people who would like to name someone who is ill, anyone who has a name, I know Sandy does and Ruth does. Anybody else who has a name to mention? I'll give you a moment. To unmute yourselves so I know who you are. All right. Go back to there. And, all right. So we'll start with Sandy. Yep, but you're still muted, Sandy. You're still muted, Sandy. Let me see if I can unmute you. No? Okay.
That's good.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. Ellen Zuniga, David Engel, Elaine Skolnick, Yair Alroy.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead, Ann.
Ruth is here. No, Geller. Did you hear that?
Just repeat it, Ann.
Noel Geller.
Thank you. And do you have people of your own?
No, not tonight.
Okay. All right. Deborah?
Reuven Ben Fega.
Thank you. Judy?
Marty Wittenstein, Coco, Naomi Razel, Faye Kravitz, Lee Goldman, Kansas Sheila Klein.
Thank you. All right, and I will mention my cousin, Tamar Bat Miriam, and my friend Rachel. All right, and then we will share the Berach. We have a little bit more of it than we need, but that's okay. May the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishebera imotenu mekora beracha yavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. All right. So thank you, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. On Shmini Atzeret, we come together and
Shalom.
good Shabbos. We're going to have a very interesting service tomorrow morning. So even if you're not much of a Saturday morning service type of person, I encourage you to come towards the end of it. We do once a year, we have a prayer for rain, which is a special addition to the Amidah. And it's a very interesting prayer. I'll read a little bit of it in English to you now. It's asking God to remember, and it's very interesting how we every once in a while, we get into this idea that we should pray for rain, because if we don't, what might happen. So it says, our God and God of our ancestors, remember the patriarch who is drawn to you like water. You blessed him as a tree planted amid flowing waters. You protected and saved him when he went through fire and water. You loved him as he sowed righteousness upon all the world's waters. For his sake, do not withhold water from us. And so it's an effort to remind God of all the wonderful things that our ancestors did, and to encourage God to bring the waters to flow upon us, because obviously without water in the land of Israel or in the land of California and Oregon and Washington, right, we have a hard time having life. So anyway, so tomorrow should be very interesting, and potentially it'll be a little bit of a long service, so tune in late if you don't have a lot of Sitzfleisch. But it should be interesting. It's also Simchat Torah, so we will read the very end of the book of Deuteronomy, the Zot HaBracha, the very last little piece of Deuteronomy, where Moses, that relates to Moses' death, right? And then we immediately pick up with the very beginning of the Torah, with the creation of the world. So it is the only time in the synagogue during the year that you'll hear that little section of Torah at the very end of Deuteronomy. It's the only piece of Torah that does not appear at all in the regular Shabbat Torah reading schedule. You can only hear it on Simchat Torah, and tomorrow Simchat Torah and Shabbat coincide, so it's a little bit easier to do. And then after zipping back right to the beginning of the Torah and doing the very beginning of Genesis, we will skip to the end of the Torah again and read the first chapter of the book of Joshua as the Haftarah. So the tradition is sort of reminding us that time is a cycle, right? We go spring, summer, fall, winter, and then back to spring again, but we also, time also moves forward and never really looks back. Anyway, so lots to be doing, lots to going on tomorrow. I invite you to join us. If you're on the phone now and you would like to join us in the morning, you'd like me to give you a call in the morning, please let me know tonight, and that way I can arrange for that to happen. Okay, so without further ado, I think we'll switch now to the Aleinu. on page. Let's see if I can find the page. On page. Oh, Kiddush! I forgot the Kiddush and the Kiddush. Okay, here we go. Page 55. Page 55.
You want me to start it?
Please.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen.
Amen. Baruch.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, Shabbat kodesho, ve'ahava u'ratzon hihilanu, hikaronu ma'aseh b'reishit. Yom Tehillah, Lamitzrayim Kodesh, Zecher Yitzia Mitzrayim, Banu V'Harta, Tani Kidashta, Mikol Hamid, Bar Kodshecha, Ve'ahava Uvratzon, Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. Yasher Koach and L'chaim, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
That's for you. First,
Right. Lovely. So we'll do the Eleno. I invite you to rise on page 50. Aleinu l'shabach la'ador hakol la'atei gudula liyotzeh bereshit shelo asanu kagoyei haratzot v'lo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama shelo sam chelkenu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam v'yanachnu kor'im u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamalachim Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Notei Shamayim v'Yosei Haaretz, U'moshav Yekaro b'Shamayim Imah. Shechinatu zo b'govei meromim. Hu Eloheinu Eino, Emet Malkeinu Evesulato, Kakatu b'Torato, V'yadata hayom, V'yashivota elevavecha. Ki Adonai hu Elohim, Vashamayim ima, v'yal haaretz, mitachat enod. The bottom of page 57. Kakatu b'toratecha, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, v'ne'emar, Haya Adonai l'melech al kol ha'aretz, bayom hahu, yichye Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. All right, so we're going to close tonight for the very last time. We will close with Psalm 27. It's the last gasp of the high holiday season is Simchat Torah. So actually, I think Shmini Atzeret is the last time we sing this one. But I did want to sing it one more time with you. So in the transliterated piece, Achat Sha'alti, right? One thing I ask of Adonai, this is what I seek, to dwell in the house of Adonai all the days of my life, to behold Adonai's peacefulness and to pray in God's sanctuary. Okay. So this will be our closing prayer. And then we can wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom. Achat she'alti me'ed Adonai otavake. Achat she'alti me'ed Adonai שבתי בבית אדוני כל ימי חיי לחזות בנועם בנועם אדוני ולבקר בהיכלו לחזות בנועם בנועם אדוני ולבקר בהיכלו la 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 All right, so we'll stop sharing and invite everyone to unmute themselves.
Right.
And
That was very good, Jim.
thank you very much. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
And if you
Shabbat shalom.
don't have a prayer book and you'd like one, just let me know. So Patrick and Norman and Marjorie, Barbara, do you have a prayer book?
Yeah, you can include us.
Great. Sounds good. Sounds good. So
For
Shabbos, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And Chag Sameach. And
Happy
Happy
Sameach.
holiday to you too.
have a wonderful, wonderful day tomorrow. Look forward to catching up soon.
It's a holiday.
So my stuff is in like the mailbox.
Oh, Ann, I never grabbed the Torah from you.
I've got it. I was sitting right back there. I didn't know if you wanted me to have it
I'll come and grab it. Okay.
for Torah or not. Since my Torah.
Great. I'll come get it on Monday from you.
Okay.